you elaborate? What wasn't very good?
Well, you ask me questions that everybody sees, so I don't really want to go into a lot of detail about it. But start was poor, and 18 points down pretty early, and after that we weren't too bad.
You're obviously missing some troops, Wayne. How much a part does that play in the way the team?
Well, we use it as an excuse. We're not going to get any better or improve ourselves, so that's the fact, and we just have to live with that, and we can do better than we did today. So.
What did you make of Lewis Dodd, Wayne? What did you think of his first start at Level?
He was, like a lot of other players out there, wasn't at his best.
What can you tell us about the injuries to your hooker and also to Jolly Gray, Wayne? They both came
One
off.
just got a cork, and the other boy's got a dislocated elbow, and they can't get it back in right now. So it's he's in a fair bit of pain actually.
So you're expecting to have Gray back next week?
Right.
But who will you get back for the next game?
Pardon?
Who will you get back, Wayne, on your injured list for next week? Who is coming back?
Latrell will be back, and I'm not sure about anybody else.
I know you said you won't use it as an excuse, Wayne, for the injury. It's a pretty shocking toll at the moment. Not only so many players out, but so many players in key position.
Yeah, sure, but it's, the NRL, no one's going to give you compensation for that. I don't want that players to use it as an excuse, and they all get well paid. They all think they want to be first graders. Well, they're going to play like first graders, and it's simple as that.
Wayne, I think that's 4 in a row now, defeats, and after a couple of those, or most of those, you said just wasn't good enough today, the way they played. How much of a concern is that they're just not aiming up for you on a weekly basis?
No, it's a concern. Obviously, it's a concern. Yeah.
How do you fix that? Is that an attitude thing, or?
Yeah, of course it is.
How do you fix it?
Well, how do I fix your attitude? I can't. Can I? Can I fix your attitude?
Maybe.
No, I can't.
Maybe you can.
You think I can? Well, I can't. Okay. It's personal.
So they've got to fix it.
They've got to fix it. Of course they have. They've got to own it first.
You mentioned Gray and obviously Mumsellis. How are you going in terms of depth, Wayne? Do you feel like you're getting to the bottom of the roster in terms of what you can put out on the field each
Well,
week?
with 9 NRL players missing today, we've got to shoot them. Our depth's under a lot of pressure. So.
You're disappointed with the forwards though, Wayne. I know your backline stocks have been hit, but like the forward pack, were they out-muscled today?
Well, as I said, for 18 minutes, we at 18-0, we didn't look like we were going to get beaten by 50 odd. So I don't want to blame it, forwards or backs or whatever. I think they're all part of it, and we need to address it as a team, not as individuals.
What do you want Rabbitohs supporters to take away from today, Wayne? What's your message to them?
Well, they've got a team that won't give up. That's what they can take away from it, because we've been in this situation 2 or 3 times in the last month, and we could have been beaten by 50 or 60 points. And at times we deserve to be beaten by, but they will hang in. They keep fighting back, and they were down 18 earlier, and they found a way to pick up a try, and they found a way to keep the scoreboard below 40, 50. So that's what the fans can take away from them.
Do you hear what Wayne said? What's your take on today?
Yeah, it's pretty spot on. It's an attitude thing, and it's just something that we all got to be honest with ourselves. We all got to have a good reality check when we get home, and yeah, like Wayne said, just be honest with ourselves and move on to next week.